Have you ever been playing Modern and been like, dang, I wish I could do this gross stuff on Arena? Well, now you can. Modern E-Tron is finally available on Magic Arena as of the Modern Horizons 3 update. So what do we got in this deck? What is the win condition? What are some ways we can play around with this? Well, the base of the deck is going to be Guardian Idols and Mind Stone, just all of these ramping effects with these like early game plays. The Glaring Fleshraker is going to allow us every time we cast a colorless spell, we're going to then get a 1/1 Scion. No, it's not a Scion. It's an Eldrazi spawn. And that's going to help us ramp into Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, our Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, Breaker of Creation, and the Devourer of Destiny. So yeah, all of our early game plays are going to be centered around getting those big creatures out. And then in the middle, we've got the Hedron Archive and the Forsaken Monument, which are stellar additions. Especially the Forsaken Monument is a really great addition because not only do our colorless creatures get bigger, but all of our permanents that are tapping for mana are going to be producing colorless, and they're going to be producing one additional colorless for each one of those. And then also we're gaining life, which will help us survive against those aggro decks. This is a really great deck. The only real interaction we have with the board is Kozilek's command. Actually, that's not true. I'll get into that in a moment. Kozilek's command will allow us to do multiple things. We can either make scions for ourselves. We can scry X number of cards, and then we'll draw a card off of that. At worst, you can put 0 into X and you can just draw a card. So that's always an option, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. You can also exile a target creature with mana value X or less. We are also exiling target cards from graveyard. So everything on this is relevant to what's happening in the historic format today. As far as the land base goes, we have 30 lands. We have 23 lands. Come on, let's go, Noah. And the center of the land base is going to be Ugin's Labyrinth, which previously, if you were trying to play Eldrazi Tron in historic, it wasn't going to bode well for you because you have these huge creatures to cast, these huge spells to cast, and you can't capitalize on them right away, so it's just a dead card in your hand. But what Ugin's Labyrinth does is it allows us to utilize those higher mana value cards, and then we can return it back to our hand later on in the game when we finally have enough resources on the field to then return it and then cast it. So, and like I said, the other interaction we have Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, we have Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, and then also Devourer of Destiny on that bottom part of the card. It'll say when you cast the spell, exile target permanent that is one or more colors. So this deck is very geared towards colored based decks, minus like the Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, and the Kozilek commands. We can't really interact with the colored permanents on the board very well. So that's the only downside to this. But other than that, like, I've been rolling over people. I love Eldrazi so much. Yeah, I'll talk about my gameplay coming up here. Cool, let's get into it. All right. We got the first game of the day, and just like every first game, I'm gonna guess off this guy's avatar what deck he might be playing. He's got cats. So we all know it's going to be Boros Cats. That makes the most sense. All right. Most of the time with our opening hands, I'm going to be going for this Ugin's Labyrinth. However, I don't want to get short-sighted too much with Ugin's Labyrinth. We do have 4 lands and then 3 spells here. One of these is going to get exiled under Ugin's Labyrinth. I'm going to keep this still because, like I said, we can return it to hand with Ugin's Labyrinth later on. With that second ability, and it allows us to ramp out the Guardian Idol. Hello, sir. Flag Lord. Okay, so he is not playing cats, for sure. We know this now. Let's go ahead and scry off the top. Let's see what we've got. We don't need another Ugin's Labyrinth. As much as it would be great to be able to continuously utilize like Ugin's Labyrinth and like get a bunch of mana early on. We have plenty of mana in hand. We kept the 4-lander. Wait, he is playing cats.
Where shall we hunt today?
Okay. All right. Ooh, we got the Devourer of Destiny. I wish I could have stuck that underneath too. Not really. I mean, like this, the Breaker of Creation, since it's an uncommon, it's great to stick that underneath. It's not a high value card. This is the Devourer of Destiny is more of a high value card. I kind of want to just blow this up and go face. Yeah, because he's just gonna block here. No, we'll wait on this. We'll wait on this actually. We can always do Blasting Zone later on. Yeah. Breaker of Creation is also a great card. I'll just talk about this right here. Because you're going to gain life off of all the colorless permanents that you own. And then you have the Annihilator 2 and the Hexproof from all colors. That's just a great addition, especially if they're not making a lot of permanents. They're gonna have to start sacrificing their permanents on the field. Okay, so they're gonna go ahead and draw a card here and draw 2 additional cards as well. Okay. I wish I had priority with Blast Zone on that. Yeah, you can go ahead and get the 2 damage in. I'm really hoping he plays out more resources here because I know they have a lot of 1 CMC spells that they can play. I'm gonna go ahead and play this land first because if they do have like with this 1 land, they could have the Mana Tithe. And then that's a field bat for me for sure. So the mana Tithe, then I wouldn't be able to play the Forsaken Monument. And I've had that happen before. Claim the Firstborn. Okay, you got it, buddy. You can have it. He's gonna sacrifice. He's gonna use Goblin Bombardment. I see. Okay. Luckily, with the Devourer of Destiny, we can stop that from happening. Oh, okay. Now I get this. This isn't just a cat deck. This is like the sacrifice. There's a sacrifice deck going around right now. Boom. Okay, he's not sacrificing the cat, but he probably will sacrifice the cat here. Right? Sacrifice this at the end of the turn. He's probably gonna send that phase 2. Am I dead? It's possible that I'm dead.
To battle!
Alright. Ooh, actually I might be dead. There's nothing I could really do here. Oh no, he's doing it a different way. He could have sacked, so that would have been 4 damage. Yeah, I think he might have misplayed here. Might have been a misplay. Okay, I'm gonna send this back to hand. Because I don't think he's gonna have a lot of things to sacrifice here. Or he could sack. Let's see, I've got a lot of, or I don't have a lot of colorless permanents. So yeah, we're probably gonna do Devourer of Destiny first. Because I'm only gonna gain 2 life off of this, 4 life with the Guardian Project. Let's see. How do I want to? This is a really difficult decision. How do I want to do this exactly? Because I could exile this, or I could exile this. Ajani's just gonna go face with the cat, and if he plays out more cats, I'm just toast. Also, this allows me to get a little bit of wiggle room. And then we can do Devourer of Destinies as a follow-up. Yeah. You can't target this. Oh, we're actually at 13 life. Did I miscount something? I must have miscounted something. These must count as colorless permanents. Yeah, lands are colorless permanents. Okay, yeah, now I understand. No! I wanted that. Excuse you.
To me!
This guy is really thinking hard. Do I want to target his face or do I want to target one of my permanents? Okay. I have hexproof from all colors. That doesn't mean he can't block with his creatures. Okay, this is a really interesting position that this opponent is in. He's technically ahead on board, but I think I'm gonna be able to scrape across the finish line here. We're gonna go to my turn. That is the perfect card to pick up there. We are dodging bullets here. Okay, so this only blows up one CMC spells. Yeah, 1 mana value spells. I'm gonna go ahead and it's the Guardian Idol here. Do you want to sacrifice the Goblin Bombardment? There you go, there you go. Now this kind of looks like a misplay. And maybe it is, but right here what we've got is we've got lands. He has to do an Annihilator trigger here. Okay, so then he's gonna have to block. To save his Ajani, he's gonna have to block both ways, which isn't ideal for him. But he does it. He's gonna sacrifice the Goblin Bombardment, shoot me for 2, right? Yep, because they're gonna die anyways. This is the nice part about having Goblin Bombardment, is you can just like go over top. Okay. They leave combat. Surprisingly, they're not dead yet. Whenever this dies, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You can play one of those. Until the next end step. Until your next end step, rather. There we go. I don't like this. It's going over top. He gets 2 lands, thankfully. They are 2 shock lands. He's dead as doornails either way. I'm kind of hoping to get a Kozilek's command off the top. Oh my gosh. Wait, can he get oh wait, that is from the graveyard, so you can just continuously play that. Okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, okay, so he's in the same position as he was before. I think he's just got the game here. Yeah, because he can just sacrifice Marionette Apprentice, and I think he understands that now. Yeah, and this has haste too, so he's gonna hit me for 1. Yep, that's GG's. He's got the game in the bag. Oh man. He saw the line the second time though. He didn't see it the first time, but the second time for sure. All right, all right, all right. Default portrait. Let's see what you got. The thing that's tantalizing about this hand is the 2 Kozilek's command, which we only have 2. We could put more of these in the deck, but I don't want to use any more of my rares up. It is tempting to take this, but we don't really have... We have a turn 2 play with the Guardian Idol, but then after that, it kind of stagnates until we hit the Forsaken Monument. I kind of want to go fast at the beginning. Yeah, let's take a different hand. Okay, like I said, most of the time we're chasing Ugin's Labyrinth. We're gonna put Ugin underneath that for sure. Let's see. We will have 4 mana, which means we can get this out. I think we'll throw the Raker back. And then we go into Garden Idol. Since it comes into play tapped, we want to play those as soon as possible. Okay. So we got the colorless versus colorless build going up against each other. However, I think I am gonna be faster here. The game plan is Radiant Fountain into Mind Stone. And we do have a Breaker of Creation as a follow-up. So we got 2, 4, 6, 7 available. So we just need to get a land off the top. If we get the land off the top, then Breaker of Creation can come down this turn. Absolutely insane. Okay, it's gonna come down the following turn then. We will go ahead and attack for 2 here. Just get in all the damage we possibly can. Okay, he's also got a Blast Zone. It's gonna be too little too late though. He does have a lot of permanents though, which will help against, let's see. Yeah, we'll send it. I was thinking about sending the Ugin the Spirit Dragon back to hand. I could have done. Oh, well, no, I couldn't have. That's actually 2 mana. So, is he going to be able to spit out any more permanents here? Blast Zone isn't at an efficient point. This also blows up his mana rocks. Okay. So the One Ring is here. One Ring is here to mess us up. I don't think sending Ugin back to hand is necessarily important right now. We will attack in because Annihilator still triggers. Even though they don't take damage, we do want to continuously whittle down their resources because they do have Forsaken Monument. They have the One Ring. This is going to be a difficult uphill battle. So they have basically the same amount of resources that I do. He sends the One Ring away. That is crazy to me. That is absolutely nuts. But he must see something that we don't. Yeah, Ugin the Spirit Dragon isn't really useful at this moment. I don't think it'll be useful, period. What the heck? Okay, so he's got 11 mana. Oh no, he's gonna play a... No, he's playing a Mind Stone. Okay. Okay. I was like, for sure he's playing an Eldrazi. He's playing like Ulamog or something. He can still play Ulamog here. Crap. Alright, there goes half my library. Yep, and now he has a very efficient blocker. That's basically game. I don't have Ulamog in this deck, but that can be run. For sure. Okay, what are my outs here? What are my outs? So I'm still producing 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 mana. 9 mana, and then 2 of that needs to go into this, so 7 mana. I don't really have any efficient outs here. Yeah, we just get another Ugin the Spirit Dragon. This is just basically GG. Because no way he sacrificed Ulamog and then he blocks here. Yeah, that's game. We'll just get this game out of the way. Him sitting on that really doesn't do much for us. And like I said before, I don't like conceding games. I want to show you guys like how the games would play out. But obviously he blocks there, and then he will use the Annihilator triggers to just like sacrifice 2 lands, and then he's good. So there is an easy out there. Okay, we'll keep this hand. This is a good hand. We've got the big boy threats. Then we've got the turn 1, 2, 3 plays as well. Provided we get another land off the top, because we'll only be working with 3 mana here. We got Darcy. All right. Okay. Seems like we have the We have the ramp that we need to get into Ugin the Spirit Dragon, and he's on colors, so we can exile all of his colored permanents. We will let him swing in here, because you never know what he's got. He's probably got like a shock or something. Y'all play with fire. That's okay though. We gotta have the Glaring Fleshraker. Gotta have that around. We got our land. Ooh, this is a really spicy play. So now we just get triggers for days. Let's go. Then we got some more efficient blockers here, which is always good. Our opponent is at 8 life out of nowhere. They're supposed to be the burn deck. That's the power of the Eldrazi. Bruh. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Yeah, he's there too. So we got 2, 4, 6. Okay, they're shooting. We'll have 7 mana unless they blow up both. Oh, they're blowing up the it that heralds the end instead. Yeah, you can go ahead and swing face. It's fine with me. Ooh. As much as I want to save up for this, I think just full sending Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Let's go. And we just have to do Ugin for 1. Super efficient removal. And then our opponent is at 5 life. Yeah, they're in a very precarious position for sure. That's a weird animation. All right. Go ahead and send it. Opponent is Dunzos, Dedaruni. We'll even send our 0-1 in there. Woo! That was a pretty flat game from the opponent, though. They probably didn't have the cards that they needed, or they were on some weird build that I'm not used to for some reason. Looks like they might be just trying out something new. That, or am I in historic ranked for sure? Yeah, I'm in historic ranked. Okay. All right. We got Hobgoblin. Let's go. Yeah, I love that guy's name. All right. Yeah, so we definitely have a turn 2 play. We'll have 4 mana available on turn 3. I go first. That's important, actually. If we ever do get Ugin's Labyrinth, then we'll be in good shape because we can exile the Breaker of Creation. I always want to say Breaker of Armies because it's kind of like a play off of that. All right. So we will have 4 mana available to us. We'll do It That Heralds the End and Guardian Idol. That is a very, very easy play here. Our opponent probably gonna want to make us sacrifice it. They got 2 swamps up. And I love the glass stained art for these. Yep, there we go. Sheoldred's Edict. That's gonna make it very difficult once we get the Breaker of Creation out. However, we'll probably get the Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger out. We'll get that out first. Because I think we'll definitely have enough mana to cast that. We'll get rid of the veto and then a land unless they have something else. It seems like they have all spells in hand. So yeah. Let's see. So we can do 3. Let's see. How much do we have available? We have 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's... Oh, and then we have the 1 mana left over. This is very good for us. I kind of want to just do double land here. It does feel gross, but yeah, let's do double land. Veto Thorn of the Dusk Rose doesn't do much when you have no lands available to you. So it's incredibly gross what I'm doing. That's why I love Eldrazi. They're part of the Magic's lore, and it's also like one of the grossest creatures. I just like big beefy boys, but being able to control the board. This is also why we keep mana up. So now we sacrifice this instead of the Ulamog. It's a cheeky little play you can do. Just animating the Guardian Idols so that their non-targeted removal doesn't remove your big threats. That is not gonna do it. And we're just gonna punch face here. Get rid of 20 cards there, easy peasy. Would you like the block, sir? I highly recommend it. He is not. Okay. All right. Now that the Meat Hook Massacre is out, I think what we'll do is we'll just play a Breaker of Creation. Get some life gain off of that. Now we are definitely not in range, and he can't escape our 8 trigrams. The 8 trigrams, Seal Palm being the Ugin, the Ceaseless Hunger. Sorry, Hobgoblin. You got an excellent name. I have actually seen this guy on ladder before, so he's got some fun decks that he plays. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we love an Ugin's Labyrinth in hand with 2 Ugin the Spirit Dragons and a Ceaseless Hunger. We don't normally double up on these, but sometimes the hand will allow you to, you know, double up on an Ugin the Spirit Dragon. So if they are on like hand attack, we'll just put it underneath. We'll put one of them underneath the Ugin's Labyrinth, and that'll allow us to have a play later on in the game. But land destruction is a problem with this particular deck. But you can dodge it. It is possible to dodge. Okay. They're 1-1 versus our 2-2. I'm definitely okay with trading in here. Okay, he doesn't want to offer a trade. That's fine with us. Okay, I think we will do another Ugin's Labyrinth, just because we have so many big boys in hand, and we can't really cast them. So we will just keep them in hand, or exile them underneath the Ugin's Labyrinth. What do we got here? Okay, so that's gonna get rid of that. It's fine with us. Still don't have any good attacks. That's fine. Do we put another... Yeah, I think we put another Ugin the Spirit Dragon underneath it. I think this allows us to cast. Yep, it does allow us to cast. We will auto pay for this. And we're gonna do X = 3. And most of the time the game is just over when you are allowed to make a play like this. Because... Thank you. Because now they really have to stop these cards over and over and over again. Okay. They concede. Okay. I was like, what's the play here? Are they just gonna play it out? Do they have some answer in hand? It's potentially a thing. They potentially have a card in hand. Nope. Ooh, okay. We got 2 Ugin's Labyrinths and the Forsaken Monument. I think this is a keep for sure. For sure a keep. We will have 4 mana available to us, and even if we don't get another big boy to exile with the second Ugin's Labyrinth, we will still be up on a ton of mana. But if we do find If we do find what we're looking for here, we can get a Forsaken Monument down super quickly. Okay. I think we will play towards that end, though. At this point, though, I think we're just so far ahead that it doesn't really matter if we exile something underneath. Seeking cards is not drawing cards. There's a fun little factoid for you guys. Yeah, we'll just continue our land plays here. Playing out all of our cards. Gain some life. We'll attack in here. Doesn't matter if they really trade down. We will get the Ugin down next turn. If they do tap this, then we can shoot it. Otherwise, what we're gonna do is we're going to exile all 2 CMC permanents and below. Okay. It's good to note that Ugin the Spirit Dragon does, it doesn't target it, but it does exile colored permanents. So these knights are colored permanents. We'll be able to exile them. Go ahead and return this back to our hand. Okay, so how much do we have? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 mana. And then all of our spells cost 10 mana total, so we will capitalize on this. So that we can get some more Glaring Fleshraker value here. Our Scions are big boys. Tokens are 0 CMC, so we can capitalize on that as well. Getting rid of the tokens, clearing a path for it that heralds the end. Okay, what do we got going on here? They're searching the top third of their deck, rounded up for a card. I can put it into their hands. What could they possibly be looking for? This seems like 5-colored nonsense. Or is it 5-colored knights? Ooh. Okay. This seems like a GG's moment. We're going to go ahead and shoot that down. And we've got a lot of creatures to attack with. So even if they were able to clear our creatures from the board, you can see that we have plenty of damage to go over top. Yeah, that's the one thing about the Guardian Idols is you have, hey, look at that, we're into Diamond, sick. But with the, even if they got rid of the Ugin the Spirit Dragon, even if they got rid of the Forsaken Monument, even if they were able to get rid of our creatures, we still have the Guardian Idols to attack in for plenty of damage. And they were at a low enough life total that, like, even if they cleared out one section, like the Guardian Idols, or if they cleared out the creatures, Ugin the Spirit Dragon going over the top with damage is just going to be way too much for them. So if they clear out the creatures, we still have the Mind Stone to draw for more cards. Nice. I love this deck. We are into Diamond. These are the real bad opponents. These guys are really, really tough. So we will see how well we do. Bigfoot's a monster. Now, I'm not sure. Are you Bigfoot or is your avatar Bigfoot? Who knows? All I know is something's afoot. That was terrible. Anyways, here's a 2/2. I don't even know if I want to show that or not. That was like hardly a game. My guess was he was also on Eldrazi, and I just got the Ugin's Labyrinth down, and he's like, all right, okay, he's ahead on mana. He's going to beat me. Okay. Okay. This is a similar hand to one that I had before, which was like, I got these big boys, but I got no Ugin's Labyrinth. We do have double Guardian Idol. And then we have the Kozilek's command. So I think that we can scrape by on this. Provided our opponent isn't also on Eldrazi and gets the Ugin's Labyrinth. Because that's kind of what happened to our opponent last game. Where she just got completely rolled. Because she probably didn't have the cards that she needed in hand to win the video game. Win the children's card game. Opponent decided to show up. Well, this is good. Good. Okay, they're on colorless. Not colorless. They're not on colorless. I'm on colorless. All right, what do we got on the top here? Got another Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I'm gonna send this back. We've already got one in hand. Kind of a moot point. We do have 4 mana available to us, and they could just steamroll us. That's the one thing that I'm worried about here. We'll go ahead and play into it though, just in case. Oh no, he's on. He's on combo. He might just win here. He got me, dude. If he did, he got me. Okay. Not on combo. Not on combo. Thank goodness. That would have been an annoying game for sure. Just, ha, psych, I win the game. Not the first time that that's happened to me. It happens to me occasionally while I'm on ladder. Okay. Okay, I can't, like, he's probably gonna try and dump some stuff into the graveyard, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Kozilek's command for 4. If he has a response, then he has a response. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and scry. Auto pay. He probably has some sort of way to interact with this if he is on combo. Okay. So what do we do here? I think what we'll do is we'll put this on top. We'll put the Radiant Fountain on the bottom of our library. Drawing another Kozilek's command is good. Do this. Okay. And we got Ugin the Ceaseless Hunger. With just enough mana. And that's game. Yeah, basically, if your opponent is on combo and you have Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, was this a fun game? Yes, because I won. But going back to what I said, basically, if your opponent does nothing and you have an Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger you can cast, just cast it, because, you know, upon casting is when you will exile the 2 things. It doesn't have to hit the battlefield. So even if they counterspell this, what we can do is we can get rid of like the Triome, Sacred Foundry. Those would be the 2, just so he's off of white, because it seems like white is an important part of his strategy. Even though you can draw and deal damage with these 2, we've got a lot of responses in hand. Like if he plays a creature, we can Ugin, we can use Devourer of Destiny. There's just so many things. And then also Kozilek's command as a follow-up if we need to like exile something and then make a bunch of tokens and then do something gross again. We just have so many different ways to like churn out big beefy boys. But yeah, you get rid of their lands first, and then they essentially only have 2 lands and a treasure token, which will only last you a turn. So yeah, they're basically toast at that point. Make sure you have backup to your combo in hands, kids. Yep, this is straight going back in the bin. We can't do much with this hand. We got all of our big threats in hand here, as well as the Forsaken Monument, which we're never going to cast with one land. That's just a ridiculous hand to keep. Okay. We've got another situation from last game here. I kind of want to send the Fleshraker back, or the Inventors Fair. I'm probably going to send Inventors Fair back. We have enough lands that we should hit another one. Got Forsaken Monument. Part of me wanted to go Zhalfirin Void as my land play, just because I could get a Labyrinth off the top, which will allow me to cast the Glaring Fleshraker on turn 2. So there is that I'm thinking about. Okay. Zhalfirin Void. They're looking at my lands. That's scary. I kind of want a better land than just a waste off the top, but for the sake of getting a land, making sure a land gets played, we will do that. Huh. Okay, so he's on fairies. I see. He's just gonna pump out a bunch of creatures here. What the heck is this? Okay, so Planar Genesis, I think, is his win condition. I think that's how this works. Okay, these are on their expedition. So I'm going to keep a Kozilek's command up in case he tries to do something cheeky with this graveyard. We can Kozilek's command and make a bunch of tokens, then Ugin next turn. Draw 3 cards. Okay. I think we'll still discontinuity, dude. This card. This is a funny card for sure. I think I want to look at the top card of my library. I don't know how useful it'll be to exile cards from his graveyard. So we'll go ahead and do X = 2. Target us with both of them. Okay. So we are getting 2 tokens here. So we've got 4, 5, 6 mana available. We'll have 7 mana available to us. Kind of helps to have both of these. I think we will do both. We'll just put the Ugin there, and then we'll go to our turn. Play the Forsaken Monument. I actually should have sacrificed these 2 at the Forsaken Monument. We'll send them in though. Now we'll have access to a lot of mana. They really have got to do something this turn, or they're gonna have this discontinuity up. As long as it's their turn, they can end the turn. But they're gonna have to hold up 6 mana. They're gonna play a land here, and then they're gonna have to hold up 6 mana to stop us from doing anything on our turn, which I think is doubtful. But they really should consider. I mean, I see their discontinuity in hand. They know that they've got discontinuity. Okay, so they've got the One Ring. That's what their play is. Yeah, this is not going to save them. They think this will save them, but it will not. This is GG's for them. Now, here's the question though. Do I want to blow up 2 lands, or do I want to blow up the One Ring? Because I can't exile the One Ring. They can start drawing a bunch of cards, but I think I want to put them off of as much mana as possible. I think that's the play here. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14 mana available to us. I think what we'll do is we'll do it like this. We should still have enough left over for an Ulamog. Yes. And this allows us to, well, we're not technically hitting them in the face here. So yeah, I think I want to get them off as much mana as possible, especially the blue mana. This is basically a 3-for-1. Yep. Yep. I can't remember. You'll have to rewind this and watch this again. But I can't remember if they had this land in hand or not, or if they drew it off of the One Ring. But they should have just stayed on 6, because they know I'm on Eldrazi. They have the discontinuity in hand. They can utilize it on my turn. It just costs a lot, but it stops that Ulamog from ruining your day, because it just ends the turn. Every ability on the stack goes away. He should have just kept it up. That would have been the safe play for sure. All right. So we've got another turn 3. We'll have 4 mana available to us with an Ugin in hand and the Kozilek's command. I think this is fine to keep. It is a little slow. Okay, so he is going to be playing Teferi Control. I might be a little too slow on this. But we will see. Oh, he's surveilling. Okay, so he's not Teferi control necessarily. By the way, the new surveil cards, I have a commander deck I want to talk about here for a second. But the new, like this has been text shifted to say surveil 5. Text shifted, that's not like a term. What's it called? The Oracle text has been changed so that you surveil the top cards of your library. It used to say you look at the top 5 and then you can put however many you want into the graveyard. But I have a commander deck that revolves around just like surveilling a ton off the top of your library and just like churning through all of your deck. It's pretty sweet setup. Speaking of sweet setups, we've got 7 mana available to us, I believe. Yeah, 7 mana. This guy is just trying to dump as much as he can into the graveyard. My guess is he's gonna try and combo. Yep, he's definitely gonna try and combo with cards in his graveyard. So we will just keep a Kozilek's command up here as interaction. I'm really glad that we have this in our deck. Okay, he's doing some more looting. Yep, there's a Buried Ruin. He's got 1 mana available to him, so we'll see. So there's the 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kozilek's for 5. We're gonna do this and this. We are gonna create some for ourselves, and then we're gonna exile 5 cards. The 5 cards we're gonna exile is Mystic's Mastery, the Unburial Rights. We'll do this. We'll do this. What other combo pieces do you have? Let's see. I don't think I have enough because Breach the Multiverse is another card. So I think we're just going to have to let him have an extra turn. We'll auto pay for this. He probably has backup in his hand, but we hope that he doesn't. Yeah, he definitely has a backup in his hand. He's just trying to decide what he wants to do. No, he doesn't have backup in his hand. Holy cow. If he doesn't get rid of these tokens, he's just toast. Dude lets me untap. What an absolute bonkers move. We will go ahead and, let's see. We'll exile, I don't want to BM my opponent, but I need to exile the right cards here. I'll exile this land and this land. Yeah, it's basically the same way either way. I was thinking of both of their untapped lands, just so they couldn't like bounce Ulamog back to my hand, but I don't know why you would want to bounce Ulamog back to my hand, because then I'm just gonna exile the other 2. This guy, oh, he's fighting for his life. He's like, I need to get my combo. I need it. It's possible that he can do it with 3 mana. I don't know. It's a good game. Good game, sir. Yeah, wait, yeah, he can do it with like 2 mana. So what does this do? You may collect 10 evidence rather than pay its mana cost. So you're gonna take an extra turn after this one. That's the only thing he can do, right? No, he can breach the multiverse. Oh, he has that in hand. He has that in hand. Oh my gosh, dude. What a crazy situation we are in right now. This isn't this isn't Magic Historic. No. This is like some Hearthstone shit going on. Okay. Okay. Can Ugin for 7. What's going on, dude? You could still have this. I don't know what crazy stuff this guy's deck has. I mean, yeah, so we can like Ugin the Spirit Dragon, basically like destroying him right away. We get rid of these 2 cards, and then he just has the Devourer of Destinies, and then I send in a 10/10 Indestructible into his Devourer of Destiny. He probably blocks, right? And is it 20 cards? Exile the top 20 cards. Yeah, and then he has 2 cards left. So that there wasn't much that he could do unless he got rid of the Ulamog, which is the whole point of the deck. So try and cast that Ulamog. All right. I don't like this hand particularly because we don't have a lot of ramp in hand. We have gotten away with very little ramp before, but I don't think consistently it's a good idea. Yeah, we got the Ugin's Labyrinth with the Mind Stone in hand, and then we'll do the Glaring Fleshraker as a follow-up. Yeah, I think we send the Inventors Fair back. We will do the Breaker of Creation, because having Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger in hand is actually probably better. Most of the time, this guy is, like I said, he's an uncommon, but he's really good for putting underneath Ugin's Labyrinth to have some follow-up plays. Some better follow-up plays, rather. And we've got 4 of them in the deck, so we can cast another one now. We're more likely to hit a Breaker of Creation off the top. Kozilek's Command is good on top. That'll get us the rest of the way there. We'll send in the Glaring Fleshraker if he has some sort of creature. I mean, yeah, give him -3 works too. I did also notice that Breaker of Creation does have this like little symbol next to it to show you your devotion to colorless permanents. Okay, so we can do X is equal to 3 on the Kozilek's Command, which is, we're going to my turn. So we will do that now. X is equal to 3. I'll pay this. He probably has some response. He is on Demir. Yep. Should have thought about that, but that's fine. Yeah, he's probably just gonna control everything from this point forward. Ah, it feels bad. If we would have waited one more turn. Midnight Clock. Oh, it conjures it to the field. Interesting. Okay, so we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana available. That'll get us to 7, but we're going very slow here. I think I want to... Yeah, we want to send it back. We really need something that's like actively going to do some more for us. Feels bad though, because now they have control over the board. We don't really have a way to respond to them. Midnight Clock just keeps ticking. Okay, this gets us closer. But he probably has a way to kill this, which is also a feels bad moment. This game is probably just over at this point. This is the thing, is like if they're able to control the board in just the right way, then it's kind of it's bad news for us. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, he goes in for attacks. I will not block. Yeah, we're getting dangerously close to death here. Especially with the Shieldred, the Apocalypse, taking us down little bit by little bit. We'll go to our draw step. I think this gets us there, right? Yeah, this gets us there. So even if they counter this spell, we're gonna gain life. We're gonna be able to survive one more turn. That is 8 mana, that's fine. Okay. That's 8 mana, so if we get a land off the top, we can go ahead and cast Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. Not anymore, that shuts us down. And that's game, for sure. We'll let them finish it out. For sure it's gotta be game. Just gonna, yeah, there you go. There's no way out of this, right? Good game. Yeah, he just got us in range. Even if we were at 1 life, it wouldn't have been an easy game to win from that point forward. Because when we send this back to hand, we got to remember that that's 2 mana that we're not going to have available to us, which basically cramps us on mana. So like literally the thing that saved them was the make disappear. Like if we would have done Kozilek's command with 2 extra mana available, then we would have been able to like survive that game. But you gotta kind of just play into counterspells like that. So that is Historic E-Tron on Magic Arena. The things that I would do differently with this deck. I wouldn't do much different with the land base. I think that having the 4 Radiant Fountains and the 4 Ugin's Labyrinth are the most important lands in this deck, followed by like the Zhalfirin Void, so that we can scry the top of our library. If it's something that we don't need, then we can just put it to the bottom. But then we can also guarantee that next play. So those are the 4 best lands in this deck. You don't need the Inventors Fair as much as you think you do. If you have them, great, go ahead and put them in. But just adding more of your like wastes to your deck is totally fine too. Mostly because it is a rare, and I know people are crammed on rares just constantly in Magic Arena. So you don't need the Inventors Fair to make this deck work. The other thing is like the blast zones. The blast zones are nice. I would maybe even run 3 of them. So if you do have a limitation on your rares, I would probably put them into a blast zone rather than put them into Inventors Fair. And then Buried Ruin is, again, it's a great card because you're going to be cycling your like Hedron Archive, your Mind Stone, and then you can just get those back and keep drawing more. So it does add a little bit of consistency when it comes to the card draw aspect, but you are losing a land when you do that too. So there are trade-offs. As far as creatures in the deck go, Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, I think is great. If you have the new Ulamog, then I would probably just put the new Ulamog in there as well because it does a similar effect, just getting rid of cards in the library rather than getting permanents on the field. But getting rid of permanents on the field in this sort of a deck is great too. Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, is a 4 of. I do recommend that you keep those in there. Breaker of Creation is great too because of the Annihilator effect on it, and also gaining a ton of life going past those life gain decks, and then eventually hitting them with the Annihilator triggers is good. The Devourer of Destiny is good to add consistency to those early game plays. So if you really wanted to switch Breaker of Creation with Devourer of Destiny, you could. Again, if you're limited on rares, I'd probably just go with Breaker of Creation over that, and then just mulligan for better hands. The Devourer of Destiny does allow you to kind of take riskier hands and then correct them on your first upkeep. So there is that. If you have 4 Kozilek's commands, try to find a way to fit those in. That's some more interaction, and it also ramps you really fast too. So you can either exile their graveyard, make a bunch of like 0/1 spawn. You can make a bunch of spawn. You can make them exile one of their best creatures. You can do multiple combinations of cards. That's why Kozilek's command is a really great card. And then, like I said, most of the time you're going to be putting 0/1s onto the field, and then the next turn you're going to sacrifice those and you're going to cast your Ulamog or some big spell. So yeah, Modern E-Tron in Historic. It is fun. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.